take this kind of fight. But here's the thing. If DRS have copped, if they've copped and understood that there's only actual 2 lit players inside the city, they could use that to their advantage and have a 2-on-4 engagement and clean up 2 kills early on.
Hey man, seeing DRS in Yasnaya Poliana takes me down memory lane again. I'm getting down memory lane a lot today. It's a big lane. It's like the memory highway almost. I'm gonna have to bring up.
But... Dude, you're getting old.
I know, right? I mean, I'm getting old.
You're getting old, man.
I'm 23, man. I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay. Not that bad. Oh wow, Imperium. What's that?
Yeah. Don't ask. It was a mistake.
You scared me.
Yeah, sorry, man. Apologies.
Don't do that to me.
Apologies.
Okay, all
Sorry.
good. Okay. Game, yes. Smoke knocked out by RSG. Hey, RSG, back to the serious topic here. 7 kills last game. Seemed like they like to lean towards a more aggressive, natured playstyle, and Smoke's going to try and sneak his way down. Where's the rest of the team? Unfortunately, nowhere. And I think the Smoke is trying to potentially peek some information across the window, maybe to hope for his team to get nearby. I can't see the map right now, but that's going to be the flush coming out. And yep, see you later. That's going to be it for True Love, as that's going to be kill number 1 over to RSG.
Him, Rex, that man, a small boy. Man, I absolutely love Kim. Like, you know, I follow him on Twitter, and he's such a world-class person in terms of his skill with a mobile device. He's shown it with other kind of mobile games. Just his response, you know, in terms of, you know, when you're talking about the response rate of using your fingers is incredible. And then he has the technical in-game knowledge to follow suit, and he's really stepped up to the plate over the last months and even year, and he deserves the success that him and his current team RSG have gotten so far, but they need to make it continue. DRS Mafia Ninja do what I thought they might do. They pick up an initial knock onto Wanu.
Yeah, we're in first place before last game, and now they're currently in 3rd spot with 69 points. Very nice, but because they have 1 chicken dinner less than Eagle Esports, that's normally a tiebreaker kind of rule. They're currently in 3rd, as only got himself 1 win compared to the 2 of Eagle. But here, this is a fight, really, that when you find Yasnaya, and this is something that we bring up a lot in Imperium when we cast, Yasnaya is such a big compound that you can easily host 2, even potentially 3 teams if the respect is the same between the 2 teams, which seemed like DRS were looking to be a little bit more oppressive in that fight, and now it's making it really hard to go for the res on Wanyo, because if you do want to go for the res, you got to cross over, and that's a risk, and you do not want to lose 2 players in the first 4 to 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. We'll have to wait and see how they deal with that. I worry that Ziv is going for the revive. It could be a bit of a bait that the DRS are looking to set up, right? It's something that is often done in competitive PUBG Mobile, where a team won't go for a confirmed kill. They'll, even though it's inside the house, they'll look to actually hold back a little bit, see who actually looks to join up and go for a revive and try and take advantage of that. Hasn't come through this time around. Maybe DRS are also respecting the fact that, hey, they got a kill. All they've done now is they said to Lit Esports, okay, you want to go closer towards Yasnaya? We will punish you. So by suppressing Lit, they've given automatically themselves a lot more freedom to enter and control this phase on away from Yasnaya. That's what my thought process is, and I respect it from DRS.
Yeah. I do want to mention real quick though, I got the impression the bitrate that we're receiving on the feed is a little bit lower, so I'm apologizing for you guys at home if the stream quality output for you guys who are watching at home is maybe a little bit on the weaker side. Unfortunately, this is what we receive, and there's not much myself and Imperium can unfortunately do on that end. So we'll try to make the most out of it. Okay, this is not Minecraft you're looking at; it is in fact PUBG Mobile. So don't worry too much about it; it's going to be fine. And also, while we're on the subject of going off topic, I've been reading the chat a little bit and seen a few little spikes of hate left, right, and center. Be nice, guys, please. Okay, we're trying to have fun, enjoy some PUBG Mobile esports. So if you guys can be a little bit more politically correct, I would say in the chat, would be very enjoyable, as we're all here to enjoy the same things, and we're all PUBG Mobile fans, esport fans at heart. So we're all the same at the end, right? We're all humans.
Couldn't have said that. Yep, couldn't have said that better myself. Now DKG, they wrapped around on towards the north side of the river. It's a good position because this phase 1 circle does have that which side of the river is it going to go theme so far in this game. So having yourself around the edge of the river on either north or south side is quite valuable. DKG obviously have the elevated position where they're able to look towards Roshawk as well and around Roshawk. It's still only phase 1, so they can't be spread too thinly as you get into the end of that phase. But for the time being, they're making a bit of noise towards Demigod, KVN, Prones down. They're all inside that compound, which is on one hand incredibly good, but I'd prefer to see one of the Demigod players spread out a little bit away from those buildings to kind of set up a little bit more of an anchor point, Max.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a ridgeline actually to the east of this area that I think that they could very easily try and use to their advantage and get more details and informed and kind of data coming their way. I do agree with that point, Imperium. I think that could be very useful for them to try and play around. RNG Sport, though, going to be into the blue, taking a few shots towards Chopper. Chopper, I saw him use the new sniper, actually, added to the game. How long has it been added to the game, too? It's been like a few weeks, maybe a month. But he's been playing with
the Mosin?
Yeah, with the Mosin, and he's already got himself a headshot with it. So he's already got the control of the weapon, it seems like. I can't do that. I can't.
Love the sound of that weapon. Love the sound of it.
I got to put my face so close to my screen to see someone that's like at 200 meters. I'm like, even though I'm not that old, I think my eyes are way older than myself. I think my eyes were born before me.
Honestly, I'm so proud of you because you're starting to sound more and more like a boomer every day.
I know, right?
And it makes me feel happy. As a boomer myself, it's like, come to the dark side, Max. Come on, join us. Embrace it. Embrace the boomer inside of you, my friend.
I don't think I want to do that. That's why I watch anime, is to repel it away. It's like, no, get away from me, boomer. No, it's not okay. Here we go. A little bit of a quicker look onto the circle Imperium. And you said it right. This river's going to be into play. You got that good old 50-50. Where's it going to go? We need to guess. So teams like to play a little bit more central here to facilitate further rotations down the downtime. Yeah. To know exactly where they want to go, which is why you're not seeing teams going full slapdash top north coastal line and not too many teams down there. And there you go. Now teams are going to be set up in really big ways, especially lit. They can instantly try and wrap around Severny. Wow. This is a circle that's going to be pretty hard, but we actually didn't see Orange Imperium, but Orange on the blue over to the east, rotating around Stolber. There's a very easy entry point for them, as we know as a fact that not too many teams drop on the eastern side of this map of Erangel.
The reaction from Lit Esports was absolutely fantastic upon the phase 2.
True, yeah.
Popping up. XP Blood Legion are in an okay spot, but I actually don't think they're in as good of a position as you might think because of hills around them. It's a little bit of a valley of death despite having a couple of buildings in play. A memo from 7C Esports is going to get caught out for that one. He makes a bit of noise. Fears is stepping up, and that's going to be 7C's going to be wiped out early on in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Arshia,
they're down to 2 players. Sorry, they're down to 2 players. My apologies.
No worries. But I think even Arshia, did we just win that? Did we just win that fight? How did that happen? Man, Kim is, and he's got that guy's ballsy. That's the only word that comes to mind. The guy's getting shot from the other side of the road, down the other side of this bridge, and he's like, I'm going to go in the middle of the road, and I'm going to spray you. I don't give a damn about your feelings, mate. I love that, Kim. He's an entire mindset of his own, right? He's my spirit animal. I know. He's my spirit animal. I want to be like him in life.
and that's something that we actually have got to. I was meant to mention it when I low-key realized, but that's something that you do have to recognize that for RSG at least, Rex is a new addition to the team. So the level of synergy that RSG are still continuing to build as a team will evolve not only through this event, but through the next couple of weeks and months as they become familiar with playstyles when Rex kind of, comes into his own within that team. When they allow Rex, not allow, but when they give Rex maybe a little bit more freedom in the sense of through natural synergy building, RSG can be a force to be reckoned with as DKG looking to send demigods back into the nether realm, or at least away from their current position. DKG holding it down in the open.
Yeah, I'm going to put the audio a little bit lower because I have the impression it was a little bit too high for you guys at home, so my apologies. But there we go, a little bit lower. There you go. Yeah, you saw. We're using YouTube. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Exactly. Okay. FaZe going to get pushed upon by RSG. Okay. Seems like FaZe had more control of this position, but they currently have a 2-2 split, so that means that push of RSG Imperium, you can't do much. You can't weather the storm in this kind of situation, so RSG win it up. Rex, you said a new addition from Team Secret added to the side of RSG, now going to get rezzed up. They're going to confirm the kills one by one. Vin Torres should get confirmed very quickly by potentially a nade or an easy spray. FaZe knowing these guys, they want to take it aggressive, but do you really want to do it? I would not personally recommend it, as MR5's like, no one's taking out Vintorez if it's me, okay? Only I can take down my teammate. It's like, hey, fair enough. You do you, man. It's cool.
Well, it just means that they can now disengage away from this as a duo a little bit.
I do the same with
cleanly,
Imperium.
You know, that's it.
When he's not knocked.
Also mhylia, but we won't talk about that. But anyway.
Come on.
Oh, whoa. RSG? Are they hunting? Are they hunting?
Guys gotta chill.
Oh, baby, let's go. I love it, RSG. Talk about kind of, you know, within that moment of just sending that message of FaceCon, because let's be fair, FaZe are at the top of the standing. So when you're talking about like being the best, you gotta be able to beat the best. And right now, RSG are pounding the best in this erangel game, hunting them, sending them so far back. I love to see it. Literally,
RSG in that fight were like, hippity hoppity, your compound is now my property. Get away from me. It's like, they were so confident. I love to see that from more. Like, I tell you, they are my spirit animal. I want to be like, not even just Kim, like just RSG in general. They don't give a damn about your feelings. I find it so funny. Orange, so as we already brought this up earlier, really strong rotation around the eastern side. They did go between Stolber and also Yasnaya Poliana, so that was really good. They read the circle, the playing path, and how teams rotate really well. So I think Orange is very aware of their surroundings, which is always going to be something we're looking for. And one of the teams that normally is very aware of their surroundings is going to be TJB. We haven't seen too much of this team as of right now. I think they had one really good game yesterday where it ended up with them being in top 3. But I do want to see the TJB where they get to the late game, they're still up as a 4-man crew, they take more control. That is how they get themselves most of their points. But when they take early fights, that's where they struggle. So you can see it, they're avoiding it like the plague, Imperium, because if they take that fight, history tends to repeat itself, and they are not known to be very comfortable in those early skirmishes.
BTR, they'd stayed quite passive on the edge of circle coming into the end of phase 1, and when we saw the high northern shift, they somewhat bombed it into the northern side of the river. But they're at that point where they have a lovely spread across the way. They're still able to get a relevant amount of information, and they did what a lot of teams don't do, is that they just didn't go too deep into the circle, because they recognized that they would have been punished. They would have been taken out. Simple as that. So holding on to a small compound as well as the side of the river, they can also be aware that there could be still a team or two coming in from behind. You can never count that out. But with that two split, it's so valuable for their later game positioning.
Yeah. It's going to be now a little bit more chill, as we know that most other teams already made that cross happen. We only lost one squad so far in this game. We actually made a discovery. Well, actually, I didn't make a discovery. Imperium made a discovery about Eagle. Do you want to share your discovery with the world? It is. We got mind blown.
So.
Oh wait. Oh, maybe not.
The two.
Maybe not. We'll keep it. You know
okay.
what? We'll keep it for later on. We're gonna need. That nade. No, small boy. That's an unfortunate utility. You just chucked, man. And also, RSG have currently 3 players knocked down. So small boy is gonna have to take this fight solo bolo versus the entirety of freestyle. Not gonna be an easy fight for sure. I would say if he had time to res, that would have been big, but he's going to be just down to 1/3 HP. 2-3 bullets, and you're donezo. So they are fully not prepared, though there is a sneaky third party being set up from a distance. But Smallboy's like, abandoned ship. I do not want to be involved any further with this one. And unfortunately for him, there's one player right behind him. That is going to be respect, and that is going to be GG well play as RSG get eliminated. Despite an aggressive early start, it won't go any further.
And I want to know, why did RSG go there? Because I know the circle shifted, and why did RSG go there? Right, this is RSG's only kind of mistake that I'm seeing, at least in this tournament. They're great for aggression and they're great for kills, but you got to recognize that there's a time to be kind of passive or play for the next circle, play for the later game, and there's time to be aggressive. If you're going to be aggressive in the early game, that's great, and especially if it's successful, but then slow it down, because you know you've already created more control. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get then taken out in the next team fight. Just slow it down a little bit, RSG. 5 kills, great, but when you're not adding that with placement points, you're going nowhere.
Okay, so, gonna have a push coming out onto Demigod, and that's a double flush for Astro. Himself. Oh, man, those are some good-looking loot crates. Not gonna lie, they look pretty nice. Demigod gonna have himself 2 other players in the distance. Oh, the little deers with little trees. I don't know. I mean, I love crates. I found crate skins to be pretty cool. But Demon, Demigod are gonna be in a lot of trouble. Skynin also trying to move forward for Orange. There's a lot of congestion over here in the east. They see the smoke. They're gonna pre-fire it. And they are instantly going to be rolling their way over. This is mayhem over to the east.
RNG Sports. Will they look to get the revive? They should. Try and take the fight against DRS. Nima does continue to wipe down another player. That's going to be Demigods taken off the board. While XP Blood Legion under pressure themselves. A little bit of a 3-way battle maybe coming along the way. But BTR... they're going to have Orange Esports to contend with if Orange Esports continue to go down towards the southern side of this circle.
Yeah, that's how it's going to go for them. We didn't talk about the discovery then about Eagle because we got caught short a little bit with Freestyle going for the push on RSG. So, yeah, story time. Tell us.
Yeah, so Eagle Esports, you would kind of think that their team tag would be EE or maybe just Eagle, right? But they have the team tag is the number 2 in E. And they're like, well, where does the number 2 stand for? It means it's 2 E's because their team name is Eagle Esports. Mind blown. Kabloom. See?
I'm going to do like Banks on PMPL EMEA when he just drops the mic at the end, which turned into a gift, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I was mind blown. I was like, that makes so much sense. I was like, why is there 2 for years now, decades? And well, maybe not decades. I don't think the team existed for decades, but you get the point. It bothered me for quite some time, and now we know we got the answers to our questions, so I'm pretty happy to know what's going on. But here we go. We're going to be happy to finally see the circle. We don't see it too often, so better take it in while we still can. This one is not many teams in the center. TJB now. This is a position where if you look at them back in the PL and how they would play, this is a position, especially with this circle shift, that they take names and they kick butts. This is TJB in a game-winning opportunity. They've got to make sure that they clear a lot of the teams that are going to try and contest up onto the north and especially over to the west. If they do that, TJB could be not only securing himself a win, they will be their very first win in this event. And they desperately need it because this is such a short-term tournament. You need wins starting now.
And their current 3-1 split where 3 of their players are in that kind of small, tiny compound and 1 is on the hill across the dirt road, that's perfect. They should actually keep it like that. I understand why they won't want to, but they actually should look to keep it. Even if one of their players is a sacrificial lamb, I feel like it's still going to slow teams down around them, but it's going to be easier said than done. Infinity are joining in on the mix. You have DRS across the board. They're taking shots. They're looking to send the players of JM Yellow back down.
Gonna try and send them back into the lobby. Onyx, they're gonna smoke it up. Yeah, I don't agree with them stopping there. You're making it so hard for yourself. If teams are already taking shots at you and you stop there, they're gonna keep taking shots even if you smoke it up. You just need to explode the cars and yours done. And JM Yellow unfortunately lose everything in that rotation. It was, I would clearly have to say, Imperium, I would call it poorly executed in my eyes, as DRS going to start to move forward, trying to make their way into the northern side. But it seemed like a lot of the teams are going to be fine because they're all getting on top of each other into the northern side. The teams that were already inside the circle, such as TJB, don't really have to be too focused because they're all going to negate and cancel out each another.
Yeah, you're dead right. You're dead right. Now DRS have to try and fight for that edge of circle position. They do have stalwart freestyle close by in that little bit of an anchor point. XP Blood Legion do go down. DKG, the winners of yesterday's erangel game, is also just a little bit down on the eastern side of this circle.
You're gonna have to move out. Ziv 11. They have a chance. Only one team will come out of this one between Lit Esports and Infinity. So now Infinity maybe want to try and play spoilers and avoid the fight all around, which they're going to get the best shot. But DRS, they're out of the lobby already. 11th position. Going to try and make it out. Zevi with the DP will be the one to ruin that opportunity. Infinity now down to 3 players, but Lit are also down to 3 themselves. Because this is very flat terrain. You can currently see in this position. When those smokes dissipate, Freestyle could be ruining the opportunity that Lit currently have of taking that fight versus Infinity. Unless they push it.
Join Me pushed in, and they were able to take down DRS. Now 1U throws out the smokes. He's able to give himself a little bit more freedom to use that third-person perspective on the outside of smoke to try and find the angle shots onto Infinity. I like the fact that Infinity have moved in. The next circle has popped up. It's gone away from all these teams. But the slowdown in this engagement has actually only given way more freedom to TJB to control this late game.
Yeah, because you're going to hurt yourself severely in this fight, losing a lot of utility and resources too. That's going to be the push with the smoke road, actually make it over to the building. That's big, and they can try and play around some utility. Seems like that's not the game plan that Lit Esports are going towards. They actually send a play a little bit further away to maybe have a little bit of a better chance to move into the circle, have a catch, just a backup plan, it seems like. But you want every single player to take this fight. Chaks in the molly. He's going to get roasted to a crisp. Now with the overlook of Ziv11, he's going to try and get sure the smoke does dissipate. They see the smoke about to dissipate. They go back inside the building. Lit is losing a lot of precious time, and Chaks being knocked. They are currently taking a 3v1 as actually Uzi is going to go for a little bit of a wraparound onto the side. He does get knocked down instantly by Ziv11, and now they can put 100% of their focus into the building, and that is going to be game, set, and match as Infinity get eliminated in 9th. Lit, that was a risky fight, but now you got to res up and start moving towards the circle where TJB currently stand.
But look, this is the time to take the risks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's phase 6, but they knew that they were isolated away from each other. They knew that they were the only teams that were down on that very western edge of the circle, or at least edge of the blue zone outside the circle. So now, as they crest into this next phase, they're going to have TJB waiting in the wings. Stalwart Freestyle have been taken out. DKG looking to try and enter, but BTR, the SEA Giants, looking to stop them in their tracks.
Let's go Indo Pride. Nice spray from Liquid. That's going to be one down for DKG. Going to take down the Chinese opposition. That's a second. They're going for the triple whammy here. Might be able to actually make it work out, but BTR, they were a little bit silent in the early rotations, but now they are getting in the real thick of things, is what we want to see. No rest for the Wicked and no rest for the Bigatron. That's how things go most of the time. Smoke it up, you've got to start moving forward, but they don't really want to push any further away. They got a ridgeline, they got such a good overlook. You want to hold on to this position until the circle moves away to try and create as much of an advantage down south as you possibly could create.
Don't get tunnel visioned by TKG. You've done enough to get a kill and slow them down. Now you need to focus exactly what you're doing right now in the teams that are punishing you on the southern edge of this circle. Phase 6 closing in, moving into phase 7. TJB now starting to put a continued amount of pressure on Lit, because they cannot allow Lit to get anywhere close to that building, because if they get close to that building, that's going to be that angle where they can't really punish them. And up the stairs, that fight could go in the favor of Lit. So very well played by TJB.
I'm a little bit scared for TJB. I got the impression they're a little bit too backed up in the corner. And if they take too long to actually start trying and wrap around and take control, I think they're going to be losing an opportunity to get the game. So they need to be a little bit more ahead of the curve. FaZe, Corpai, MR5 currently looking in a really good spot. Eagle Esports a little bit down below, but I think there's already been a lot of utility exchange between these two teams, so they're going to have to take it back to the good old OG times where you're only going to have to take a few shots and bullets and win the fight off of that manner. That's going to be their at least attempt. But yeah, there we go. Finally, we are going to be seeing a push coming out from TJB onto the northern western edge, which is what I wanted to see. And now FaZe in a lot of trouble. They're literally surrounded by teams, but luckily enough, they're still in circle. That is their strength, and that's what they need to try and play around.
I actually don't think they're in trouble. I think they're in a bit of a prime position to possibly even steal this game away, because they have the covering, they have the edge of the hill, which they can peek and shoot. They're not really being put under pressure unless they're spotted out and grenades go their direction. They have Eagle Esports numbers. Moving on to TJB, they're going to look to get the revive. That's going to slow their travel into the circle down. Although, wait,
there you go.
Okay, you were right. I was wrong. BTR showed up. They're back up as a full squad, and BTR right now, Max Man, they're on 11 kills. Make that 12, baby.
Man, just like Luffy in One Piece, they're not going gear second, they're not going gear third, they're going gear fourth, and they're going tank man mode. They're going to be rolling on everyone in this lobby. Now they're going for the sprays. Ready, 12 kills. Are they going to be maybe converting it to an extra 15 points to get the 30-point bomb on this second game of the day? That will be a huge way for Bigatron to represent the Indonesian region. Got himself the sprays. Can he get the shot? Oh, he puts it so low. But he doesn't get him. There's no way you actually survived that shot. And now they lose that little extra overlook. Zuxi instantly got confirmed away. Liquid, Luxy, and Ryzen will be left up and ready to go. But now the two other Chinese teams are still up. 2 Chinese teams versus 1 Indonesian team of Bigatron. Which will be the one to come out on top?
A little bit of a crowd on board. And this is part of why I was like, Surprised you didn't mention the side of BTR.
You ruined everything. Bilov just took everything away of TJB, and he might be able to actually get himself a second place for his team. Go for the utility. No, you don't cook it in the open. What was that, Bilov? You should have cooked it from a safe spot. He gets out in third, and now BTR like, what, is anyone player? We're going to spray him down. BTR taking control in the 1v3 situation.
There you go.
How can he make it work out? Going for the spray one by one. You need to take down the player that's still up and alive, and they make it happen. And big Tron Imperium secure himself their very first game over here. What a showcase and what a controlling team. And there it is. We said it many times. They get the right